Welcome back. Okay, so getting straight into tonight's homework on page 240, we're distributing multiplication onto addition. That's this question here. Okay, so we're going to multiply 2 by x, and then we're going to multiply 2 by 2. Multiplying 2 by x, and I'll write it out in steps, an extra step for you, 2 times x plus, that's that plus there, 2 times, that's that 2 on the left, and that's that 2 on the right. Okay, so 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, the next question, 4 multiplied by, and I used the arc method there. So in part B, we have 4 multiplied by x plus 3. Okay, 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 3 is 12. C is 3 times x plus 2. 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, that's question 1 done. Now we're moving on. We're skipping one odd number and we're just going to be moving on to question 5. Here we have 2 separate expansions, and then we have to add and add everything up together. So let's write the question out again. 4 multiplied by x plus 2 plus 3 multiplied by all of x plus 1. Okay. So if we go with arcs, I'm going to go with 2 over arcs actually, I think it might be easier, or you can use an under arc or an over arc. Okay, so I have 4 multiplied by x is 4x, 4 multiplied by 2 is 8, that's plus 8 because of that plus. Okay, I have plus 3 multiplied by x is 3x, and I have plus 3 multiplied by 1, which is plus 3. So we're going ahead and we're distributing the multiplication. That's what we're learning about now. Now looking at this expression, it's not finished, it's not simplified, because these are like terms. And this is a like term with this. So we're putting grouping, gathering like terms, we get 7x, and the 8 and the 3 gives us 11. Okay, and that was 5a. Going to 5b, 3 multiplied by y plus 4 plus 5 multiplied by y minus 1. Okay, now I'm going to use the strategy that works best for me, because we've all the different methods. We have the arc method, the area method, and the vertical method, and I think this might look best in a vertical method. So see what you think. 3 times y is 3y, and 3 times 4 is 12. But now I'm going to see no more y's, and I'm going to put them underneath on a vertical kind of method. So 5 times y is 5y, and 5 times minus 1 is minus 5. So I'm using the vertical method of adding, because I've done all my distributing now, I've done all my expanding using distribution, and now I'm just adding these together. So I'm reminding myself this is just vertical addition. Add the y's together, they're like terms. 8y. And add these together, which is like calling out the sum. So 12 adding the number minus 5. 12 adding minus 5 is the same as 12 subtract 5. So 12 subtract 5 is 7. Okay, and that's the answer to the second part. Okay, so now we're going to 5c, all on page 240. 2 times p, let me push it into screen, can you see there? Okay, 2 times p minus 2 minus 3 times p plus 4. Okay, so at this stage we're going to assume we can get as far as 2 times p, and 2 times minus 2 gives us 2 times p is 2p, and 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. Now minus 3 times p is minus 3p, and minus 3 times 4 is minus 12. Okay, now 2p take away 3p is minus p, and minus 4 minus 12, keep the sign and add 16, negative 16. Okay, that's that one done. Now 5d. I'm going to give myself a whole page for this. Okay, minus 3 distributed onto the sum of 2b plus 2. And while you're following along with the video, you might start practicing sounding out the question the way I'm sounding it out. Minus 2 times the difference of 2 and 4b. The difference, or 2 subtract 4b. Now minus by plus is minus. I'm going to get minus 6b. That would be the first multiplication. And the second multiplication here, distributing, is minus 6. Now the next one I'm going to put is a numerical number, minus 2 by 2. So I'm going to put that underneath here. Why am I doing that? The numbers are on the right hand side of my vertical tally, my vertical addition. So I've put the numbers on the right and I put the variables on the left, the variable b's, the b terms. So I'm going to do the same here, and this is where a little bit of flexibility and thinking always comes into your work. Minus 2 times 2 is minus 4, but I'm going to put that underneath the 6 so I can add up the units this way. Minus 2 minus times minus. Now this is the biggest challenge you have this week, is figuring out, not losing track of what we're doing when we do the arc, and the arc, I'll keep saying it means multiply. So that means we don't use the rule when there's two minuses, you keep the sign. You use, because we're not subtracting them, we're multiplying them. So it's minus by minus, or minus times minus is plus. Number times number is 8, 2 4s is 8, and b is on his own there. So we end up getting plus 8b. The plus is understood, or explicit if I write it. I can do that if I want to, but you don't need to. Put the line here and remind myself, if you like, that what I'm doing now with the vertical method is adding these together. Now the book will show you examples where they're done out in a row and they're grouped, and that's true, that's correct as well. But adding these together, I can say this is 8b take away 6b because of that minus. That's 2b. And these are two minuses, and remember we're adding now, so keep the sign and add them. 6 and 4 is 10. Great. That's 5 done. And we're moving to 7. And I think I always do the homework and always make a video, because I need to know how long it takes, so that I don't give you too much homework. Okay, 2 times x squared plus 4. That's easy enough. We're on 7a now. That's just distribute and distribute. 2 times x squared is 2x squared, and 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, and moving to b. I'm just going to do these quite quickly. I'm going to help myself out here by writing here. 4 times 2 is 8, 8a squared, and 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, that's 7b. Yeah, the last question is the one with it. Not a whole lot of challenge either down there, but here we go now, here to 7c, and 5 times 3y squared minus 8. 5 times 3 is 15, keep the y squared. 5 times plus by minus is minus, 5 eighths is 40. Might have gone off the screen there for a minute, but it's quite simple what I was doing. You can pause the video and look at that question there. On to 7t. This time we've minus 4 times 2p squared minus 1. Minus by plus is minus 8. And p squared. Now here comes the trick. A lot of people would write minus 1 here, but you must remember you must multiply this as well. So minus by minus is plus, plus 4. That's 7d. Getting to question 9. 3 times x squared plus 4x plus 1. Okay, the model requires 3 direct multiplications and adding them all together. 3x squared plus 3 fours is 12x, and 3 times 1 is plus 3. Okay, that was 9a. And 9b. Multiply 4 by these. 4 times 2x squared plus 3x plus 5. 8x squared. 4 times 2 is 8x squared. That's a plus. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 12x. And 4 times 5 is plus 20. Okay. Now how are we getting on? 9b. We have 2 more to do in this section. I think this gave you long enough homework. It might take you half an hour. But as I say, it's worth getting that practice in. This time we're doing 9c, and it's 9 times 4a squared minus 7a minus 4. Okay, plus by plus is plus 3. 4 nines is 36. A squared. If you have to have a calculator right beside you to be working on these, if you've a problem with your arithmetic. Now plus by minus is minus. 7 nines is 63, and we have a. And then we have minus, and 4 nines is 36. Okay, so that was 9c done, and last one is 9d. Negative 3 times 5y squared plus 3y minus 8. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15y squared. Negative 3 by positive is negative 9, and then the variable is y, and then negative by negative is positive 24. Okay, that's that answer. Okay, that's half the homework done. And the second half involves question 1 to 5. Okay. Now we have a variable on the outside. But other than that, no big deal. So 2x times x plus 3. I'm going to stop labeling them now because you can follow along what I'm doing here. And anyway, what matters is the sums themselves. So if we're going multiplying 2x by x, that's 2 times x squared. Okay? Because x times x is x squared. And then 2x by 3, the same as 3 times 2x. Actually, let me just write this out. It's 2x times x. Brackets are fantastic for writing things out in detail first before you multiply. We want to do one step at a time. We want to do the expansion. Then we want to do the individual bits. And keep it step by step. What's 2x by x? 2x squared. What's 2x by 3? Commutativity means you can put them in any order. So the 3 can go back here. 3 2s is 6. X. Okay. 5p times p plus 2 is 5p. Sorry. And look what I did there, just scratching it out quickly like that, because you want to quickly get your homework done and don't worry too much about, keep lots of space so you can see what you're doing. Notice as well, I'm not writing between the lines. I don't need to. I have 5p multiplied by p. Well, I'm going to say multiplied by using a bracket. And I have 5p multiplied by 2. I have distributed my multiplication. But 5p multiplied by p can be simplified to 5p squared because it means the exact same thing. And the 5 and the 2 multiplied to 10. Now we're at 3r multiplied by r plus 2. Okay, that's 3r multiplied by r. And then distributing the second bit is plus 3r multiplied by 2. And then tidying up the individual terms, we get 3r squared plus 6r. Okay, moving on to question 2. 3a times 2a plus 1. 3a times 2a plus 3a times 1. 3 2s is 6, not 5. A by a is a squared plus 3a. This one. 2y by 3y minus 4. Distribute. I'm going to speed things up now and start writing down by inspection. 2 3s is 6. Y by y is y squared. 6y squared. Distribute to multiplication. Minus 4 2s is 8y. Two p times 4p plus 2. Okay, 2 times 4 is 8p squared. 2 times 2p is 4p. What one did I just do? 2p times 4p. 2p times 4 up here. Let me mark them off as I do them. Okay. You might want to do the same because it's very easy. For what just happened to me can happen to you, and you don't remember where you are. And you don't need that kind of hassle because that won't happen in a real maths exam. You won't get loads of questions that look like each other. Okay, so I've just said I'm going to do this one now. 3q times 5 minus 7q. Okay, that by that is 15q. And here we have a negative 3 7s is 21, and q by q is q squared. Okay, you can say what happened to your area model? What happened to your arc model? Well, eventually you got to start kind of seeing through it and saying, well, I can just say that multiplied by that and write down the answer. I can skip all the individual steps. And to be honest, you really need to do that if you're doing higher level over time. And at this stage, I think you should be able to do that. Question 3. So what's different about this is now we have quadratic, we have squares on the inside.